Hey everyone, thanks for coming back for another anime figure opening video today. Today we're going to be looking at the Senku figure from Dr. Stone. So let's get straight into looking at the box. So up here in the top left corner we have our Dr. Stone logo. Over here in the top right corner we have our Banpresto logo. And here we have our Senku on the front. And this is pretty funky actually. I kind of like this. And I'll talk about it later, but I was really surprised and really impressed that we actually won this. But yeah, more on that later. We have our Dr. Stone logo down here, figure of Stone World, and of course the Japanese text for this. We also have our Bandai Spirits kind of text down here saying made in Vietnam, so that's new. And we have our Bandai logo over here, so it's interesting. On the side we have our Senku, nice kind of full body shot there, and actually a kind of stone version of him in the background, so that's pretty cool too. And down here in the bottom right corner we can see there is another Dr. Stone logo, again with some Japanese text. On the other side we have Senku looking at a glass vial, or I'm going to say plastic vial because it's probably plastic. So it looks pretty cool. There is also Dr. Stone nicely in the background here with a bit of kind of dirt, so maybe he's doing some experiments. And then on the other side we have again another close-up of Senku with our Dr. Stone logo there, and once again our Bandai Spirits address. So yeah, if you want to send post, send it here. If you can read that. Take a photo, that might work. On the bottom we have our Japanese safety information, so that is all there too. And on the top we just have our Dr. Stone logo, Jaya Prize, and new sticker this time, TMS8. I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing it's one of the brands or one of the makers for this figure, but it's there nonetheless. So yeah, let's get this open. Okay, so in with our knife. So yes, as I mentioned in my preview, and I kind of nearly mentioned a few times already in this video, this figure we got for 300 yen. It was won in a crane game, and it was kind of a lucky win. It was one of those ones where you lift it up, it has a good strength to it, but then it bounces on the ball and it kind of falls over and goes into weird positions. And on the third try, boom, straight through the hole. I've never won a figure like that before, so I was quite impressed. And maybe I should film some of these figures, so, well, some of these winnings of figures, because they're kind of fun too. But anyway, let's get this open. No, why won't you open? Oh no. Oh, it's all going wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to take off my glove for a second. Oh no. There we go. Alright, that's the hard bit. Let me put my glove back on. Give me 1 sec. Okay, we're all gloved back up again. I've got to find a way around that because look at the damage that happened to that box there already. That's not good. Over here we have, once again, these QR codes. Please scan them if you want to see what figures are coming out soon. But let's not dilly-dally. Let's get straight into this. And yes. Oh, wow, there's a lot of pieces here. Wow, look at that. All right. Let me get him unpackaged and we'll take a look together. 1 second. All right, so here we have all the pieces for our figure. I'm just going to put a few of these down for now. Here we have our stand support. Sometimes these figures will have this because they don't want to have a full stand, so it doesn't take up as much space just around the feet. So this will slide onto this foot here nicely. And there's actually a tiny little hole in the back there, if it will focus, just so you can see. And oh wow, there's a pan shot there. Oh wow, I can give you a guy's pan shot. That's going to be interesting. We also have... oh boy. Alright. We also have the head, and look at the length of that neck. That's huge. That's going to slot into there nicely. So in you go. And that's really hard to get in, but it looks like it sticks now, which is kind of cool. And then finally we have an arm to get in, and this only goes in one way because it has only one direction. So here we go, and there you go, you light up my world like nobody else. Here is our Senku, and wow, what a cool figure. This looks really funky. Alright, let's get straight into looking at his face. So as you can see, he has some pretty funky eyes. These are pretty flat. They have a nice bit of red in the middle, so that's kind of cool. His nose sticks out a tiny little bit if we move this hair out of the way, and he's got this really kind of like smirky, cheeky grin on his face. What do you expect from a young boy genius? He also has the cracks, sorry, the hair is in the way. He also has the cracks on his face from when he de-stoned, so that's kind of cool too. And a few hairs kind of covering his face. This is a very interesting design choice that they've put these hairs on the front because it's kind of in the way, but at the same time it's kind of cool. And each of these strands are very, very maneuverable, so you could move them about if you wanted. But keeping on the topic of hair, it has this wonderful kind of white colour going into this greeny colour at the top, and this comes off in a lot of smaller spikes, so he looks like a vegetable. So yeah, pretty funky. And yeah, I love that. That's really, really cool. I do like that a lot. And then again, it's the same at the back. These kinds of nice spirally pattern going up from the white into the green. So it's a nice fade going on there. His ears also have a fair bit of detail to them, and there's also a little hole going inside, and that's the same on both sides. So yeah, overall, very cool head. We can also see that on his neck there is a lot of muscle going on there, so that's kind of very overly detailed. Very impressed. But unfortunately, you can see that there is this kind of weird gap between this and the cloak on his body, or the collar, sorry, on his body. So yeah, small shame, but you can't really tell when you're looking at the figure from a distance. So yeah, that's his face. Let's move into the rest of the body. So moving down his body, he's wearing this very long kind of one-piece clothing, like a nice very long jacket that he's handmade himself. He also has E = MC² here on the front here, because this is of course a certain somebody's famous equation. Could be anybody, who knows? No, of course Einstein. And then we have a lot of folds on the back too. The coat itself isn't very textured, so there's not too much going on there, but it does have these nice kind of little stitches at the front, so it's holding this together, like as if it really would be. So yeah, it's pretty funky. We can also see that there's an underlayer here too, so there is a second sleeve kind of coming off on this arm, and that's exactly the same over here too. And we also have this little kind of wrist guard on both arms actually, so that's pretty funky. There's some nice kind of indents going on, and it's nicely kind of molded on with a kind of frill pattern on the outside. And this hand has a very strong gripping kind of pattern going to it. Again, no nails, so it's not end of the world. So that's this hand. But moving over to the other hand, we have this really, really shiny, very, very pretty plastic vial. Now the vial itself is actually hollow. If we did get a light, and I don't think we have one at hand, you could probably see inside of here. You can't actually hear, but this is really, really nice. It's got this wonderful glossy pattern to it, very shiny. So yeah, this stands out quite a bit. And it's nicely gripped into that hand there, so you're not going to have to worry about it falling out. But interestingly enough, this finger has nails on it. So I don't know where the nails are. Oh, wait, sorry. My bad. There are actually a few nails there, but you've got to look really, really carefully. But yeah, that's a really, really funky top half to that figure. Now let's move down, because we have a lot of accessories to kind of look at here. We can see he has one big sash tied in the middle, going all the way around, and this is holding a few packages or few bags at the back. These are probably containing some kind of material for his sciencey goodness. And these look like they could move, but I'm really scared that if I move it too much, they might break, so we probably shouldn't do that. He also has a small satchel over here with what appears to be wood. I'm guessing that's wood in there. And again, that's a really cool effect, so it's kind of like something separate. And this is held on by, once again, another strap going all the way around the body. But one thing I do want to point out that I didn't highlight a second ago, this fold going into this underneath this sash is actually really, really impressive. It actually looks like it's nicely kind of tightly tucked in. So yeah, pretty cool. And then finally moving down to the second half of his cloak, we can see that this comes off in a lot of jaggedy edges. Again, you can't expect to have this nice and neatly cut, because this is now the year 3000, so very, very different. Was it the year 3000? I believe it was. Anyway. So kind of jaggedy pattern, and again there are two layers here, so pretty funky. We also have these really cool, nicely designed legs, and here there's a lot of shading, a lot of kind of impressive detail has gone in here. First off, they're very muscular in specific points, so up here there's quite a bit of muscle, all the way at the back here, kind of muscly too. Again, it's got that weird kind of bend again that a lot of us have in our legs, so pretty cool. But yeah, the shading's very, very nice, very impressive. But finally, moving down to his boots, we can see that these are just sacks that he's made and put onto his feet. And again, it looks like there's some really cool stitching for the sole of these boots. So very, very nicely designed. There's also a little bit of string here at the top, or kind of in the middle, holding the sacks onto his feet. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so this is a really cool figure, but I am going to give you all a pants shot, because if it's okay for the women, it's okay for the guys. So, if you don't want to see his pants, please skip to the time at the bottom here, so that you can skip past it. But for all of you people that look at the women's pants, I hope that you're still here to see his too. So, let's take a look. Woo! Now, we're going to take this off for a second so we get a better look. But it's just basically a white loincloth kind of covering up his junk there. Kind of also going up his butt crack over there too. We could probably move that a little bit so we can get a bit more light in there. But there's not really too much going on. But yeah, if we're going to make pants shots part of this channel, we're going to do it for everyone, not just for the ladies. But yeah, what a cool figure. This is really impressive. And once again, winning this for 300 yen, this is an absolute bargain. I still can't believe we did it. But hey, enough about that. Let's give you all a few cool shots of this figure. So, let's take a look. Okay, so let's put you on the shelf. Here we go. So we're going to put you down here next to our Veldora Tempest. And, well, you do stand up okay. That's good, that's good. And you can see that he is taller than the big boy down here. So, wow, pretty big. But hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give us a like and please do subscribe because, again, we have a ton of figures that we still haven't opened, including the platelet. Yes, that's not a red blood cell. I'm sorry. But love you all and see you in a figure video coming very soon. Okay, bye!